Morning everyone, and happy 2021. I've just come out on the Stour this morning. I'm on the Essex bank this time though, and I've just stumbled across this absolutely gorgeous swim. It doesn't look like anyone's fished here because it's really hard to get to, but I've just looked at it and it's just beautiful. It's got, just here we've got this tree that's just gone over in the water. We've got fast water on the far bank. And just down this inside where the tree's blocking the flow, you've got this beautiful crease, and it's just a slow, steady pace through here. So I'm going to put the float through here with some bread again and see what's about. Well, the water's an absolute lovely colour. It's got that beautiful green tinge to it. This is literally my first trot through. I've got a 4 gram Avon float on today with a bolt shot, probably about 14 inches up from the hook, with some droppers, number 8 droppers just below the olivet. I'm right down near the bottom because it's absolutely freezing cold today. It is literally 0 degrees. So I'm not going to say it's going to be easy today, because as we all know, in this cold weather, fish are hard to come by. So you just got to slow that float right down, because they're not going to chase it about in these cold temperatures. Well, there's a beautiful little trot through there. I haven't hit any snags yet, so I might just deepen up a little bit more. Get it near to the bottom as I can. What I normally do is I'll run it through a couple of times. Each time just alter my depth. You can plumb the depth, but from my experience with rivers, the depth just alters. So the best thing to do is just get a rough idea of where the bottom is and just keep deepening up if you want it down on the bottom. And just keep running it through until you start to drag on something, and then you can just shallow up a little bit. But we'll see what happens. It's crying out fish here, it really is. There could be some chub about here with that tree to my left. So I'm putting the liquidised bread in. I'm not feeding too much at the moment. Just going to get a feel for the swim. There's a little touch dent. Oh, well, I might have missed that one, but it's encouraging that I got a bite. Just going to move these droppers a little bit. Just by deepening that up just that little bit, that might be what brought that fish on. Let's try that again, I think. I will try out in the faster flow in a while. I'm just gonna, I've put my feed in down this crease to start with. This stretch is the CPS, the Colchester Piscatorial Society again. I just keep stumbling across lovely little stretches, lovely swims. Oh, there's a fish. That's a quick bite. That is a good start. Little roach to start with. I haven't got my keep net out today. I was planning just a few hours here since it's 2021. Oh, that's a good sign that they're biting in this freezing cold weather. There was a heavy frost this morning. Just slowing that right down with my rod, just holding it back, literally to a standstill. It's almost like fishing a static bait, and then you can just let it go when you want. You're covering more of an area then. It's not catching on anything at the moment. So I might just deepen that up again on the next trot. Oh, this little touch. Very finicky. There you go. Oh, it came off. It was on, and then it was off. That felt a heavier fish, that one. I'm only using a 16 hook at the moment, so I thought the bites were going to be very shy today. I've got 0.10 hook length on. Be nice if that could just warm up a couple of degrees. It's still nice to be out on the river. First time this year. I think that's just dragging on bottom now. So that's when you can normally just shallow up just a little bit. Let's give that another run through, and if that catches bottom again, I'll just take about an inch off the depth there. Another small roach. They're all welcome though. Any fish on a day like this is a bonus. Going to go out a little way into that faster flow, although it's not that fast. It's perfect. You haven't got to worry with this inside slack, you haven't got to worry about the flow of the river taking your line. There's another one. On a very small roach at the moment. I might have to up to a bigger bit of flake and see if there's anything A little bigger down there, I think. Let's just try a bigger lump. Another little bit of feed out there, that might sort of feed off the smaller ones a bit. I don't want to go too mad with the feed. It's a fine balance, getting it right, so as you can just keep the fish coming. And you only know on the day what that balance is. That is absolutely perfect, that. That tree is really helping there. I might change my rig in a minute. I'm thinking this float might be just a little bit too heavy for here, so what I may do in a minute is put a stick float on. I've had a few small roach, but I may put a stick float on and change the shotting pattern so as it drops through the water, and see if that makes a difference. The bites are very shy today, as I expected them to be. Got to have good eyes for this float. There you go, straight away. Not sure what it is yet. Feels like a roach, but could be a small chub. Oh, that's a nice roach actually. I'll have to net that one. There you go. Perfect little roach. Feels very cold as well. Well, there's a lesson to be learnt. Usually if you're not catching, there's a reason for it, and just by changing, lightening my rig up, lightening my float up, the way it falls in the water, and all of a sudden you get bites, rather than just doing the same thing. Just change things around. See, I'm getting bites now. Whereas on that bigger float, because the bites were so finicky, I wasn't detecting them as well. But now I've lightened up, I'm detecting them. Just scale your rig down, that's all you've got to do. It'll often bring the fish. Well, the weather has turned nasty now. I've had to put full waterproofs on. I've had to put the brolly over my camera. So we'll see how it goes. Not the best conditions. Literally had to cover everything up. But we'll keep plugging away, see if we can get a few more fish. I'm just glad I had my waterproof jacket in the van. Hopefully you're not picking up too much wind and rain sounds on the microphones. I'll try my best. There's a fish. That's a small roach. The rain's coming again. It's just on and off at the moment. fish are coming still. Well, I do enjoy my fishing, but sometimes I think to myself, I must be mad. No one else is out today, just me. In the pouring rain, freezing cold conditions. But the way I look at it, you're not going to catch fish sitting at home. So why not come out? If it means getting wet, then get wet. There's another fish. There's still plenty of roach down there. They're only small ones. My hands feel like blocks of ice. Oh, a little touch on the float then. Another one. And I've put a bend in the rod. They're only small roach, but it's a little bit bigger, that one. Well, the sun's out now, so I've gone from freezing cold minus temperatures this morning with mist to rain, and now sun. And hopefully the sun will stay out. Well, it's not quite out, but it's a lot better. What you're aiming to do when you're trotting that float through the river, you need to keep it in a straight line. So you've got to get that balance. I'll see if I can show you. Just get a bit of bread on. Because them roach, that float starts going all over the river, they're not going to have it. Cast it into your spot, and rather than just holding your finger on the line all the time, because when you do that, what happens is the float comes in, so you need to let a bit of line out, then hold it again, and then just let it go down slowly. And that way it's keeping in a straight line, if you understand what I mean. It's not pulling in towards your own bank. So you've got to get that fine balance between slowing it down and not letting it pull in. So what I normally do is I'll cast it right in front of me, let it go. So you can't really hold it back too much at that stage because the float's in front of you, and if you try to, it'll just pull towards you. So just let it go down river a little, and then you can start, lift your rod up and just hold it back gently, let a bit of line out, hold it back gently, and then let the rod go. Just let your rod down, and then that slows it, and it's staying in a straight line, it's not coming off course. That was a fish. Like another roach. He's had a bit of an attack on him as well. Probably can't see that on the camera, but it's been hit by something there, cormorant or something. In my next video I'm going to be travelling down river to find some swims that have not been fished at all, because this stretch goes for miles all the way down to Stratford St Mary where there's a big mill pole. I had a little walk up there the other day and I found some lovely little swims and I just want to try them out. So I'm going to be focusing my next video on that. Maybe do a bit of swim hopping and just maybe spend an hour in each swim going from one to the other and see what fish are about. See if we can nick any nice roach or chub. Some very chubby looking swims down there, but it did look really nice. Got to try these areas out. I do like trying the places that haven't been fished. So I look forward to doing that. I'll be travelling light, I won't have a keep net. Just my rucksack and my rods. I always bring a couple of rods with me because you never know if one of the eyes goes on one of the rods, or you've always got a spare one with you. But when you're walking for miles, which is what I intend on doing, I'm going to get down here early, get myself set up, get the camera set up in a swim, and as I say, I'll give it about an hour, depending on how it fishes. I mean, if I start catching some decent fish out there, then I'll stay in the swim for longer. But I do want to try at least 3 or 4 swims on my next episode. There's another fish. Feels like a roach again. Plenty of roach in there. Get him up. Beautiful roach. Got a little mark on the top of him there. Something's had a hit on him. But he's alive. He made it. Oh, this feels a slightly better roach. It's a netter anyway. It's a little bit bigger. Proper swallowed the hook anyway. My hands are so cold. There you go. Beautiful condition again. Let's get him back. Well, that's probably going to be my last fish. It's not been easy fishing today. But as I said earlier, on my next episode I'm going to be going downstream, downriver, looking at all the other swims, and maybe just an hour in each one, and then we can see what sort of fish we can pick up along the way. I'm literally going to walk miles all the way down towards Stratford St Mary over a few episodes and see what we can pick up. If we can nick any nice roach or chub on the day. So I'm going to end the video now. So give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and I look forward to doing my next one with you. See you again.